Hi, I'm Pam Hardison with Jelly Generation and glad to be here today to give you 6 tips on how you can pick money management software out for your child. But before we get started, let's back up for just a second and talk about how you introduce money to them and, how you introduce money software management to them. You can start small. If you've been with us very long, you'll know that we advocate starting sooner rather than later. In other words, if they're already on their way to college, do it by all means if you haven't, but that could be, I think it's probably a little bit too late, and it is such a huge topic. It is so controlling. Money actually, as we hate that phrase, does make the world go round, and we want our kids to be able to handle it correctly. Oh my goodness, the beauty of being able to spend guilt-free. Oh my gosh, to know when there's a buying decision to be made, you can think, yes, I can do that, or no, I'm going to wait because I'm saving for something else, or because I need the rent money, or because I need to pay tuition. I don't know what the because is, but when you have a money management plan in your back pocket and your kids have one in their back pocket, woohoo, there you go. You cannot go wrong with that. Guilt-free spending. I don't think we should ever underestimate the power and the peace behind that. So let's talk about one more thing before I get to the 6 tips. It's how I think that kids should start. You know, these days they are so high tech. Matter of fact, their little faces are in these little cell phones. They're in their computer. They're not as much in books as we wish they were for studying, right? But at any rate, they're bombarded with all this information coming at them. In reality, the concept of money moving from place to place is very simple at its very core. So that's why we'd like to suggest you start out with a pen and paper. So for those of you that are thinking you need to go out right now and buy the super duper #1 money management software that's $295 and your kid's going to love, that's not what we're saying. As a matter of fact, that's not what we're saying at all. There's lots of free ways you can manage your money and I'm sure that $295, I know, has lots of bells and whistles that may or may not be needed. But when you're ready to start simple and start small. There is nothing scary about a piece of paper and a pencil and starting with 1 or 2 categories with your child. Anyway, enough about that. I hope that as your child begins to head out the door that you're getting those moments that you can work with them and teach them, because they still are sponges, really, if we can stop and just get them to slow down long enough. And feel free, we have blogs written on just how to do that, to get to stop and get them to slow down. And so take advantage of that. We love hearing from our students, have taught students for many years these very topics, and this is some of the material that we have taught them all along the way that they have found helpful, and I know it will you too. So you can have success in the middle of it all.